Welcome to the Planet Purl video tutorial for knitting backward. Our supplies, yarn, and straight needles. Now, if you hate to purl or you're working on a project where you're going back and forth constantly on a small number of stitches, this is a handy little trick. So we're going to start just this tiniest square here of stockinette stitch. And as you can see, this would be the point where we'd be ready to flip it around and to purl back, but not this time. I'm going to teach you how to knit backwards. This is really great on bobbles and entrelac. So we're going to take the needle and go into the back of the stitch. Make sure it's the back and not the loop from creating that row. Wrap the yarn from back to front. And then just like when you learned how to knit, you know how you had to look for that little loop there, you pull it forward and then you push the stitch off to the left hand needle. Now this is the trick. Don't work down at the tip like you would normally do on your left hand side if you were knitting. Push it up because that's where you're going to size the stitch. If you leave it down on the tip, you're going to end up with really tight stitches. So through the back of the stitch, wrap from back to front. You just scoop the loop and slide the stitch off. And we're going to work this so that all the stitches end up back on the left hand needle. So let's do it again. Into the back of the loop, from back to front, scoop the loop and slide the stitch. Make sure you tension it, giving it a little tug. Then we go back to front, scoop the loop, and then slide the stitch off. Now really the strangest part of doing this is that normally that you keep the stitches on your right hand needle all the way back because that's where you size them, and you keep the stitches on your left hand needle near the tip ready to work, and it's actually the opposite this way. So here you go. I'm going to work this forward in a regular knit just really quickly, or as quickly as can be done with your arms at a crazy angle to get the film. And let's take a look and you'll see that we've created stockinette without turning the work around. It's like magic. Here's my magic girl. Come on, Tally. Come visit us soon at planetpurl.com.